chose the Greco-Roman card. So what does the Greco-Roman card represent? Well, this card indicates that you had a significant life in Greece or Rome that is influencing the situation you're inquiring about today. You may have noticed that you're drawn to Greco-Roman architecture, culture, and spirituality. Perhaps you even visited areas of the Mediterranean which felt strangely familiar. Often, when we visit a place where we've lived in other lives, we experience a sense of déjà vu. During your Greco-Roman lifetime, you had experiences and relationships that formed the basis for your present life situation. You've also carried the knowledge forward that you gained in that lifetime. Now you're consciously aware of your connection to Greece and Rome. Spend time researching these ancient cultures and the spirituality associated with those places. Your research will trigger memories and insights, and you'll come to a better understanding of yourself and your situation. So let's have a look at the cards that Spirit has selected for today's reading. We're going to start off with the Four of Wands. This is the situation. So this is what you are currently being challenged with, and it will relate to your past lives. That's how I've set up this reading today. All right, my darlings. So we know the Four of Wands is all about twin flames. It's also the card of celebration, the card of commitment, of weddings, of union. Wands is all about action and fire. You know, the card of doing rather than just of being. So this is about celebration, prosperity, reaching an important event or milestone in your incarnations. So this life is important for you and represents a turning point. I just heard this may be your last life. This also represents a gathering of souls, kindred spirits, stability in home and relationships, and sometimes signifies marriage. So I feel with this card that it's about focus. This life that you're living now is about focusing on the relationships that you share with others, about coming together. And as I said, I heard this last life. So for some of you in this reading, because this is a general reading, okay, please only take what resonates, lovingly leave the rest. Not everything is going to resonate because we have a lot of people watch these readings. So just go with what does when I'm doing the reading, all right, my darlings? So let's have a look. So we've got commitment. Coming to a place of understanding. I feel like with some of you, you actually have struggled with the relationships with others, with understanding other people, with actually coming to a feeling of being known, as though you struggled with that feeling of being seen for who you truly are, almost as though you've been operating in a life where you felt like people know you, only to find that these people have not been paying attention, and you've been operating under a false premise, which has caused conflict. And it's caused inner conflict in you, but also you've been conflicted about the relationships you thought were steady, were built on a firm foundation. I feel like you've been striving in this life to be able to offer your cup of love, to experience real love, and have been conflicted by continually not finding that peace that you've been looking for in a relationship. The commitment has been lacking from your partners. You haven't found that firm foundation. And this does stem back to your time in ancient Greece, ancient Rome. So as you see from the title, this is about a past life, present issue. So I feel like you've had lives where you've been working on building relationships, but I feel like the most important relationship for you to build is with yourself, because, yeah, I feel like there has been conflict about commitment with love, with, I say self-love as well. I feel like there's been an inner conflict within you. And I just heard a need for self-validation. I feel like you've been telling yourself that your happy ending that you want for yourself, the happiness that you've been seeking, the joy, is just out of reach. You've had delays and you've been living in a negative mindset. You've had self-doubt, lack of confidence. You see what I'm saying here about this? And how this reading's coming together? About the self-doubt, the lack of confidence, not feeling known. And having this need for love, just to be loved as you are, but not feeling like people really know you. But this is about a need for you to tune out that negative mindset and to find inspiration and to find that confidence within yourself, to actually come to a place of self-love, to offer yourself that cup of love, to end that inner conflict, and to find commitment, to commit to yourself, to embodying your self-worth, embodying self-love, embodying self-empowerment, celebrating all that you are and have to offer. And by being authentic, all right, by having this authenticity with yourself, you will allow people to see the real you, and those who are for you, my darlings, will stay, will be for you. Now, I always say to my guides, please only send the people who this reading is for, because I'm finding that the messages I am creating are very specific and unique. And so please use your intuition. Don't try and make this fit. If this reading has not been resonating, please have a look at one of the other ones, okay? Because this is a very specific message. This is about you taking action and moving forward on your pathway. This is not about, this is about acting towards ending conflict, acting towards giving love, acting towards making that commitment to self, ending that negativity, that mindset that you have been experiencing. To do with relationships, because look, we have the Five of Pentacles here, and Pentacles are all about the material realm. And this is about the scarcity mindset that you've been telling yourself. This is about ending it in this lifetime. That feeling of helplessness, your stories about yourself of victimhood, of not finding that person, of no one understanding you and no one actually getting, you're never going to be happy or content with your life. This is about you today understanding, my darlings, that you can have all of the things that you wish, but it is up to you to gift yourself these things. It is not for others to validate you, but for you to validate self, which I feel is why I heard self-validation earlier during this reading while my guides were talking about that. You've been feeling like you have an inability to move ahead. You might be feeling isolated because of the lack of understanding of people around you towards you. and it's been hurtful. It has been a time of sadness for you, because people have not seen the real you, have not got to love the real you, even though you felt you were presenting that to the world. But you were doing it from a place of lack of confidence, of lack of self-love, a lack of worth of self. And so that translates energetically to the people around you. So the people that you've attracted to you are attracted to those things because it allows them to utilize that for their own advantages. And I'm not saying these people are doing it consciously. Usually it's an unconscious thing. That's why we have, that relationship between narcissists and empaths. Certain energies attract like to like. And today it's about you understanding that energetically you're going to end this cycle with yourself. And you're going to end that resistance that you have here, reflected in the sun, in shadow, with the Five of Pentacles, doubling down on the message of lack of positivity, lack of, a positive mindset. This is about coming through today to give you the confidence, my darlings, to envision for yourself the life that you can have. But you have to give to yourself. You have to give to yourself positivity, a positive mindset. You have to start breaking false beliefs and narratives about yourself and your circumstances, taking away that victimhood as mentioned in this reading today. And it's about seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And that is what you're here in this life. One of the things you're here to accomplish, my loves. All right, let's have a look at the key words that Spirit wanted to say to you. This is what you should be focusing on at the moment. All right, this is what you come here to learn. This is what you come here to learn. So, this life is a gateway. And this may be a gateway to higher dimensions because this is your last earth life. So please take that how it resonates, if it does. Otherwise, this is a gateway to a new you, to self-improvement, to letting go of the past traumas and pains and hurts, and reframing and re-establishing yourself, building a new firm foundation built on self-worth, self-love, self-respect, and a new understanding that it's your mindset that shapes your reality. It's about illumination. The truth is being illuminated to you about self. I just heard that. It's about yourself. It's about you coming to a new place of understanding about you and about your soul and about your love and how deep that love goes and how you are unique just as you are and what you bring to the world. And this life is a gateway to illuminate those very things about yourself. This is about knowing thyself. This is about you experiencing self-mastery. And you have been on this path since ancient times when you started your spiritual journey. This is about you finding inner peace, and that comes over the love card. So this is about finding self-love and inner peace. It's coming to a place of peace. This is also covering the conflict card. So this is finding truth through inner peace, coming to a place of understanding about yourself and your journey. Having diligence to start working on these things within you so that you can experience the inner peace. You're going to be shown, my guides just showed me you being shown what it is that you want to work upon, what you need to work upon. And you're going to start after this reading seeing signs, symbols, synchronicities, and things that are going to point you in the direction of where you need to go. Okay? This is going to bring you a sense of freedom. Freedom from your past, freedom from old mindsets, freedom from feeling stuck. And, oh, look at that. Love. You're here to learn love. So you know, this is confirmation of this message in keyword form. Now, I also have a further 6 cards, and this is what you should be focusing on your life. And that's what the guides want to leave you with today. So we have a clear mind. So Spirit's first asking you to sweep away any doubts that you have and know that you are right. So if you've been having doubts, if you've been like living in self-doubt, living in a pessimistic, minimal kind of mindset about self, about your life, Spirit's asking you to clear that away today. Clear your mind. Embrace your potential. Spirit saying, explore the abundance of opportunities with an open mind. So clear your mind, open your mind, and start to experience the abundance of opportunities that will come, because the limitless horizon for your journey has... Oh, sorry, let me read that again. So explore the abundance of opportunities with an open mindset. Answers reveal limitless horizons for your journey. So the answers that are coming are going to reveal the limitless horizon for your journey today. You remember me saying that the guides were saying to you that you are going to start receiving the answers, receiving the guidance, receiving the pathway that's going to open up to you after this reading. Spirit's now saying as well, can you start letting your flames of passion light your way? You know, but be mindful that of the fires, they may ignite in your journey. What's this saying? Let the flames of your passion light your way, but be mindful of the fires they may ignite in your journey. So just be they're saying to be mindful of where you ignite your passion. All right? Start, being mindful about where you place your time and your effort and the people you surround yourself with. Because I feel like up to this point, the people that you've been surrounding yourself with, I just had people pleasing, trying to keep everyone happy. So that might be something that some of you have been doing in this group who are watching this reading. And it's not about people pleasing. It is about you sitting in your power, and just your very presence is pleasing. Just your very mindfulness and effort is pleasing, but you do it for yourself. You don't do it for other people. In doing it for yourself, other people benefit, right? It is about coming back to wholeness within the self, so that the love you give is unconditional. But you don't let your love be abused, or your time, or your effort. So be mindful of how where you're lighting your fires and where you're stoking your fires. Winds of fortune are coming, which we did say, didn't we, when the guides were saying be mindful of where you're going, because we're going to be guiding you now. And this is definitely a confirmation, because the winds of fortune comes in this reading. Allow for the winds of fortune to guide your sails, maneuvering you through life's opportunities and challenges with adaptability. So you're going to be going through some challenges. So just be open to adapting, open to being flexible, not with your own worth and boundaries, but just with where your path may take you. I feel like you're going to be having some unexpected ways your life's going to be opening up that you hadn't envisioned. Feather of hope. Grasp the feather of hope, a delicate symbol of upward promise and an uplifting future. So Spirit's saying today, it's time to start having that hope for yourself, to let go of that negative mindset that was mentioned in this reading today. And the final card is to ignite creation. Harness innovation, fuel imagination, and witness manifestation as answers unfold in your journey of discovery. So there are going to be things coming into your life. Some manifestations are coming that are going to be in response to the change within yourself. That's your reading today, my darlings. I send you my love. Again, I would just stipulate, this is a specific message. Take what resonates, love and leave the rest. I will be back next week with another card reading. Care yourselves, my lovelies, and I'll catch up with you soon. Bye.